few thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I'd like to give a compliment to Quinnipiac. I know that they had a hard game 2 nights ago, and to come back and battle the way they did and get on the board first, I think showed about their character. We talked about that and before the game of how the mind is a lot stronger than the body and the will to win. So I think we played a little tentative at first, and then when they got that first goal, I think it was a wake-up call for all of us. Spoke to them in the second period about playoff hockey, and Gabby's goal was crucial to get our confidence back that we needed to make that push. And then Lauren's goal and key goals with Sophie, obviously. We had a few block shots today, but she found a way when it was when it mattered. But then everybody just rallying and getting it done against a very good team. With block shots, and I think Teely played phenomenal, making very key saves at key moments, and that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be close games. It's not going to be, any guarantee and certainties. So I thought it was a great playoff hockey game of what we expected with physicality and speed.
Open it up.
Gabby, I guess to kind of set the tone, obviously, getting on the power play and finding that kind of momentum, that juice. I mean, what did it feel like? And I guess, is that where you felt like your team kind of get the ball rolling? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. On our power play before, I don't think we scored on that one, so I think that was definitely a goal, and we were really close. So, we just wanted to put as much pressure as possible on that power play. I think moved the puck well, and we knew she was giving up some rebounds in that area. So for me personally, I just wanted to focus on making sure I'd get out there for a rebound zone, and it just happened to go in. So we were happy about that, definitely. But every power play, we definitely want to capitalize.
Yeah, and it seemed like, I mean, you mentioned that first power play that didn't go in. I mean, you guys were just dominating on shots on goal in the second period. What kind of allowed, I guess, the offense to wake up and realize, dominate on shots on goal and allow one to, get past their keeper?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team, and they had a great goalie, and she was playing really well. So I think that was definitely a focus for us to get to the net and get those rebounds, because in the first and just into the second, we knew that those rebounds were coming, and we're a talented team, so we just have to use our shot when we have it, and I think just crashing the net as best as we could just to try to get past that goaltender, because she's a great one. So.
Nadine, did you see a different, fire offensively from your team heading into that second period?
Absolutely. We talked about that after the first period. I felt like we played a little bit on our heels, and I thought our neutral zone was a little passive, and we needed to tighten that up, knowing that they were trying to, use the width of the ice on their breakouts, and we had to surf and control that. And I think once we made that adjustment, we controlled the neutral zone and counterattacked very fast. We had a few breakaways and 2-on-1 rushes. We had the gods with the posts with us today too. So did they. But I was really impressed, of how quick we came out in that second period and built that confidence back. It was necessary.
Nadine, I'm curious if you'll share, right before our first goal of the game in the second period there was a timeout. You sat there, you seemed just really calm, but you were using your arms, you're motioning a little bit. Just curious what you said to the team, because then we went out and scored like a minute later.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. Fair question. I don't remember. Do you guys remember? No, so
I don't know. Probably something along the lines of, crash neck and a score. This is a great team. So
yeah.
Okay.
I think it was just before the power play, so we were talking about power play opportunities and what we were searching for as well. So sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
So many TV timeouts.
Yeah.
Nadine, you've been in this position before. Obviously, you all know what it takes to go all the way. Do you feel like this team is where it needs to be on that same trajectory?
Absolutely. Like I said to them, I wouldn't want to go to battle with anybody else because I honestly believe if we had this team versus last team, this team would beat them. I really do. I think that we have more offensive power. I think that our defense is more experienced and talented, and I really think that we also, there was a little bit of nerves in the first period, and we got to get away from that and feel confident right away, because we might not be able to come back next time. And so we just got to take a little more pride in our D zone, but otherwise I was very impressed with how they rallied the last 2 periods. I mean, especially that second period, out shooting a really good opponent 24-3 in national quarterfinals, I think says a lot about our team.
Is it an advantage here? Last year you guys had to go 2 overtimes in this round against Quinnipiac. To do it in regulation and do it more decisively this year?
Yeah, you know what? I thought both games were really tough. It's just their goaltender last year, 77 shots. I mean, they played a great game and she just stood on her head. So that's hockey, and anyone that loves hockey knows it. Like, a goaltender can steal a game for you. But no, I just thought that today, you're going to be down and behind. You just got to rally and stay together and push through.
Sophie, obviously a lot of conversation, I mean, even in the off season, heading into this season, regular season, has been about repeating. A lot of the focus has been about, what happened last year. I guess, what did it feel like for you getting on the ice, knowing it was going to be an NCAA tournament? Like, did it feel any different? Was it like, okay, this is the time, like it's finally here, go out and do it, or did it just feel like a normal game to you?
I mean, yeah, we've definitely been looking forward to this all season, and this is kind of the end goal of the season, and you can only start once it's actually the national tournament. So just being really excited to get out there and just knowing that any game could be your last as a loss and you're done. So I think just going in with that excitement and playing our best game allowed us to succeed today.
Was there, I don't know, like, I mean, obviously it took a little bit for you guys to adjust in that first period. I mean, was it, I don't want to say nerves, but I mean, was there an adjustment period to say, to realize the stage, or was that something you guys were comfortable with as soon as you got on the ice?
I mean, I think people were definitely nervous. I think in the first period we were trying to force a lot of things, so I think that ended up working against us. But once we found back to our ways and we were able to get pucks through, we had a lot more success in the second.
And I think we also had 2 breakaways in the first
Yeah.
that we're forgetting about too. We had some offensive opportunities. I just don't think we controlled the neutral zone as well. And then when the D started to control that a lot better, we had more turnovers.
Nadine, I mean, I guess with those breakaways, I mean, those opportunities were there, but did you see a team that was confident heading into this game, or did it feel the pressure of, okay, now it's officially time to respond to last year's national championship?
Okay, I think, no disrespect, the media keeps talking about repeating a national championships. We don't. We're focused just on Quinnipiac and then next phase and then next phase. And so we're just talking about Quinnipiac. And I think the team is confident. I mean, they had a fantastic week in practice, and you have to be. You can't go in to battle and think you're not going to win, right? And you want to play like you have to win, not play, trying not to lose, right? So you have to have that mindset. And I thought this week in practice was probably one of our better weeks that we've had in a long time. So I think that they're ready and they got the itch. And you could be in this game, I don't care what sport you're at or how many times you've been in this seat, there are nerves. And it's just adrenaline too. And it's just because you have so much passion and love for the game and the will to win that gets you excited. It's not that you're nervous because you're not ready, you're just nervous because you want it so bad.
Nadine, I think Northeastern's up next. Have you studied them at all, and what challenges they'll present to you all?
Nope, that will be Monday's task. We were focused, like I just said, focused solely on Quinnipiac, and we had to get through that. So if we jumped ahead, we wouldn't be doing the right thing, I don't think.
I guess for Gabby and Sophie, obviously you guys, are going to Duluth for another game, but I mean, to exiting the ice today, last game at OSU Ice Rink, what did it feel like? Has that kind of hit you yet?
Oh gosh, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
No, definitely. I mean, we love playing at home. It's sad that it's our last. Gosh, sad that it's our last time here. I mean, I'm very happy to end the way it did with the win and us moving on, but definitely just trying to savor it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna hit me though till our season's completely done. But
Yeah, for sure. I'm a crier, so I'll try not to cry, but there's a lot of memories in there, so I'm just really proud of our seniors and everything that we've done up to this point. So it was bittersweet, but we're excited for what's to come.
Anything else?
Sophie, first off, congratulations. Second, when you scored that empty netter, what was going through your head knowing that you guys put the nail in the coffin and you're going back to the Frozen Four?
I mean, I don't think it was the empty netter that was the moment that I was like, oh, we're going to the Frozen Four. I mean, I guess it kind of was looking back. But I think once we scored that first goal, we had the confidence going into the game. And I think we built off that through the whole period. And
I don't know if anybody knows, but when Sophie scored that empty netter, she now holds the record for the most goals by a defenseman in our conference, in the history of our conference. So that was a really big accomplishment for Sophie.
Career?
Yeah.
Career goal.
Yeah, most ever held by a defenseman.
Nadine, I could ask Sophie, but what does that say about her play? I guess like to be able to be an all-around kind of option for you. Is that kind of what you expected out of her when you recruited her to come here, or what did, I guess, Sophie turn into?
Well, very dynamic and powerhouse. I mean, I've said this before, there have been so many, I think, I've been very public about this too, and I'll stand strong saying it again, like Sophie should be the Kazmaier winner. I think she could have been last year as well. And here's the thing, on most top end teams, you're gonna have 2 very good forwards or 3, right? And if one goes down, you still got backup. Now, if Sophie goes down and we don't have her in the lineup, that's really hurtful for any team that has a defenseman that produces the way she does, but also the defensive side. So she's a dime a dozen. It's like I've said before, it's like Tom Brady, go out and throw a touchdown. After you do that, now go play defensive end. Like you're asking her to play 2 different roles, right? And she's had consistent years of domination, over 100 points in 2 years. I mean, that's just unheard of. And so I think that what's going to be missed about her is just her presence and the confidence that we have as a staff when she's on the ice that we're not going to get scored on. There's going to be great opportunities, especially she's got the most goals for power play as well. So she's a very dynamic and very humble person, as you can tell, that you need on the team.
Sophie, is that something you think about at all, is wanting to win that Patty Kazmaier award?
No, I just think about things I can actually control. So the games, just focusing on the team.
So, Sophie, was that always a goal coming into college hockey, though? Not the Kazmaier award, but being that all-around option, being that offensive weapon and going to the defensive side and kind of stopping them. like, was that a goal of yours coming in, or was that something you turned into?
No, I think the goal coming in was just to have fun and contribute the best I could to the team. So I think that's just how it's turned out over my career here.
She's very humble.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake. We got time for just a couple more.
Yeah, sure. This one for Sophie and Gabby. With Nadine mentioning a minute ago, you don't think ahead or about repeating as much. It's about winning that game and beating Quinnipiac. Here's having to play to win and having your best week of preparation this past week for this game. Now looking ahead a little bit, where is the team's gauge? Do you kind of agree with what Nadine is saying about how prepared this team is with confidence? Just where is your confidence and how ready is this team for what's to come?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely ready. We're definitely taking it one day at a time. I think this past week in practice, it was one practice at a time and doing the best we could. And going into the next skating Northeastern, we're really excited. But again, we're going to take it one game at a time. But I think we are confident in ourselves. When we stick to our game and play our game, I think we're unstoppable. And we're all super confident in one another. So we all play together, and we're excited for the path ahead. So.
Great. Ladies, thank you.